Congratulations! Now that we know that you qualify for the DV lottery program, let's get started on the application. Every year, the entry submission period for the DV changes, but it's usually between October and November and is open for about 1 month. Let's begin. So first and foremost, navigate to the official DV website, which is the dvprogram.state.gov. Make sure that you're using the US government website to avoid scams. The web link should end in a .gov to indicate that it is a US government website. If you don't know the website address, just Google search diversity visa, and then you can click on the first link here that says electronic diversity visa, and it should take you directly to the welcome page. So this is the welcome page. You are given 60 minutes to submit your entry form after you click begin entry right here. Prior to filling out the entry form, click on this photo examples link to check that the photographs you intend to submit will be accepted by the system. You must submit recent photographs taken within the last 6 months of you, your spouse, and each unmarried child under 21 years of age. When you click on the link, the photo requirement page is displayed, which is this page, describing the photo requirements and providing a photo cropping tool right here where it says photo tools. Click on that. This is the photo cropping page. Your image must be in JPEG format and be less than or equal to 240 kilobytes. You may also need to compress your image. Once you have validated that your image will be accepted, go back to the welcome page. So this is the welcome page again, and then here you will click on the green begin entry button. This link will open the authentication code page, which is this right here. You will have to enter the code here in order to access the entry form. So you're gonna click submit, and it should take you to the entry form. The form is divided into 2 parts. The first part is the entrant information. It's information about you, the person applying for the diversity visa program. Part 2 is information about your derivatives, so your spouse and children, if any. Remember, you're given 60 minutes to complete this application and cannot save the entry to resume at a later time. So if you don't complete the application, you will have to start all over. To start, you will first include your last name, your first name, your middle name. Remember, these have to correspond with your official passport documents, so make sure that you spell your name right and you have all the information entered correctly. Next, select the gender, your birth date, starting with the month, the day, the year, and then the city where you were born. And then you will also include the country where you were born. So it's a drop-down tool, so just click on it and then find the country that you were born. Next is the country of eligibility for the DV program. So if you fill out the questionnaire, you are eligible for the DV program. So here you would click on, are you claiming eligibility based on the country where you were born? You will click yes. If, however, your eligibility is not based on where you were born, but based on your spouse or your parent, then you will have to click no and select the country from which you are claiming eligibility. So right here. And then you would include your photographs, selecting that photo from your computer and uploading it. Next, you will include your mailing address. So make sure all of these information is correct, and the country where you live today. This could be this would be wherever you are, even if you are in the United States or outside the United States. And then you can also include your phone number. That is optional. Next, you will include your email address, and then you will select what your highest level of education is. Based on the questionnaire earlier, you most likely meet this requirement of either having a minimum of a high school diploma or that you are a skilled worker in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training. So go ahead and select what your highest level of education is, and then you will select what your current marital status is. Here you will have to also include the number of children that you have, if you have any biological children, legally adopted children, or stepchildren less than 21 years old. If you have no children, you may leave this field blank, and then you would click continue. So that's the end of part 1, which is the information about you. Next, we'll be going to information about your derivatives. So if you indicated that you have a spouse or children on part 1 of the application, here you will include information about your spouse and about each of your children. So you'll first put your spouse's last name, first name, middle name, their birth date, their gender, and the city where they were born. You will also select the country where your spouse was born, and then include a photograph of your spouse. Again, a photograph that meets the technical requirement of the DV program. And then you will do the same for your child, for each child. Once you have filled out all the information on part 2 about your derivatives, click continue. Then your entire completed entry form will be displayed. You will review the entry form. If you need to make changes, then click the go back to part 1 to edit the entrant information, or go back to part 2 to edit the derivative form. Remember not to use your internet browser's back button, because that would cause the whole form to be resubmitted and you would have to start over. If you've reviewed everything and all the information is right, you can click submit. Actually, before that, first print the form for your records using your internet browser's print icon. Then click continue. And that's it. You've now successfully completed the DV lottery application. Once your entry form has been successfully submitted to the DV program, you will see this page, the submission confirmation page, and it will say that your entry has been received. This page includes crucial information that you must save so that you can later check the status of your entry form. Either print this page or make a note on the information for your records, so including your name, the confirmation number, your year of birth. Remember, the results are chosen randomly, so keep your fingers crossed and check your status using the confirmation number provided. Usually the results will be provided in May, so what I would usually do is ask applicants to put a note in their calendar or a event notice on their calendar, so that when it comes to May, you will get a ping and you know that it's time for you to check. For this lottery program, you can start checking your status between May 4th, 2024 and September 30, 2025. When May 4th comes around, either go to this website right here, or you could just search DV lottery result. Click on either of these links. They will both take you to the status check page. So here is the page where you will check your status of the application. You will enter the confirmation number, the family name, which is your last name, year of birth, and you gotta type out the authentication code. You click submit. And if you're chosen, great, you can then proceed to the next step. If you're not chosen, then you can obviously retry again in 2024 when they open the 2026 DV lottery program. All right, thank you.